Welcome back to this week's episode of Unlocked. I am super excited to have Julia Cole on. Welcome.
So happy to be here.
Country music artist. So Julia and I, it's funny, we always run into each other.
We're way overdue for this hangout.
We are definitely overdue because we always run into each other, whether it's like, I don't know, at a bar, at a restaurant, wherever. And
2 billion mutual friends.
It's insane. That is Nashville for you. It is crazy. But now I'm going to be living like right down the street from you. So
we're neighbors.
I know. Hey, that's what I'm excited about is like moving from the suburbs to like back down here to where I can hang out with people, have a workout partner, go do something, like want to go get a drink, and
we were talking about this a little bit before, but I'm like you, where if I'm too far away from town, I will not come to anything.
Thank you.
I will stay home.
And like people
I would rather
be
watch Netflix and sit on my couch.
Exactly. You know how girls be like, all right, well, let's go home and change. And I'm like,
what do you mean?
If I go home and change
into pajamas, right?
Yeah, like I'm not coming back. I'm putting on my pajamas and I am not coming back. I am not that friend that's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go home and change and get all ready and then come back. No.
But when I'm out. Catch me. Like I'm not going home until the party's over. But if you, I get it. Same.
That is me. If I'm out, I'm out. But it takes a lot to get me there.
Yeah.
So, okay. So your music career has been very interesting.
Very.
Because it's not the traditional path that everyone's taken. So where did you start?
I have the weirdest, entrance into the music industry of all time. Did not do it on purpose. I played sports my entire life. I started getting asked to do national anthems for my own volleyball and basketball games. And it started out as a duet with my sister. And she and I played basketball together. She was older than me. And so what ended up happening was after she graduated, they were like, do you want to keep doing them or not? Because it's not scary when you're doing it with someone else.
Yeah.
But do you want to do this song by yourself now? And I was like, that's kind of a fun party trick. I'll just keep doing it. It's fun. We love America.
Exactly.
Rock on. So I was like, all right, let's do it. And then my volleyball coach was like, you should send a video into the Texans. And, before I know it, I'm singing in front of 75,000 people with jets flying over.
Holy cow.
And I wasn't even nervous. That's what was weird about it. Everyone else was freaking out. Afterwards, I remember my family being like, oh, I almost threw up. I was so nervous. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, there's something here. I don't know really what it is. Now, here's where I feel like it's all kind of a God thing. I was already going to Vanderbilt. Vandy's the only school I applied to. I didn't know about Music Row. Didn't know anything about.
That's casual. Vanderbilt, the only school I ever applied to. And
I fell in love with it. My older sister, so both of my sisters went to Duke. And
dear God, so your parents bred geniuses.
We're nerds. We love math and science and I don't know. So we were just like, okay, we're going to school for academics. That was the thing my parents were the most strict about growing up was you can't do anything unless your grades are up. And then, sports was kind of what we all loved and wanted to do more, but you couldn't play if your grades weren't up. So we were always honestly, we were competitive internally as sisters, all three of us, oh, they made all A's, I got to make all A's. So I don't know. It was kind of a fun competition. Yeah. And so that's kind of my upbringing. And then, so Vanderbilt, my dorm freshman year was on Music Row.
Wow.
And
that is a God thing.
Isn't that crazy? And Vanderbilt has all of these same panels and stuff that Belmont has where producers and, agents and managers will come and talk to the students and just tell them about the music industry. The difference is no one at Vanderbilt's trying to be a musician.
No.
So there's no line at the end. So I just got to meet all these people one by one and talk to them as long as I wanted. Whereas if I was at a different music school,
if you were at Belmont,
200 people would have been lined up to meet them, So I ended up kind of getting introduced that way. And the craziest part is I wanted to be creative writing major. And the reason I loved Vanderbilt so much was because the girl who gave my sister the tour of walking through campus when I was a freshman in high school, I was drug on my older sister's college, campus visits for my spring break. I was pissed, Anyway, we ended up, this was the last school we toured, and the tour guide was a creative writing major, and I wrote a book in high school, a 500-page novel. Like, I thought I was going to be an author. That's what I thought I was going to do. I was like, wrote a book, won poetry contest, and thought I was going to be a writer one day. And the creative writing program at Vanderbilt is incredible. So I thought that's what I was going to do. I ended up discovering the music industry through these national anthems and, you know, some of the folks who ended up coming to Vandy and speaking on panels. Yeah. And then there's a couple, Chuck Cannon and Laurie White. They are the ones who I think truly, once I met them, it was like game over. Like, this is what I'm doing. And I actually met Chuck in my hometown where I'm from. It's like North Houston. I'm from Spring. Okay. He was performing at a venue called Do-Si-Do. And I had won this like karaoke singing contest or whatever called Woodlands Idol. And one of the judges, you know, knew this music venue, knew Chuck, and was like, y'all should meet. Anyway, Chuck connected me with his wife, Laurie, and they live here in Nashville. Laurie passed away a few years ago, but they were my like Nashville parents, showed me the ropes, introduced me to everyone. Chuck wrote How Do You Like Me Now, Love the Way You Love Me, American Soldier, a million BMI awards, iconic songs. Laurie produced Toby Keith, produced Sean Mullins, had 3 top 20 singles as an artist. She's the lead in Johnny Cash Ring of Fire on Broadway, and in Tom Hanks' Castaway, the actress at the end, like the hot girl that he's like, oh, this changed my life at the very, very end of the movie. That's Laurie White.
No way.
So they were, you know, just incredible influences and taught me how to truly love what you do, value other people around you. I remember Laurie would always say, like, my definition of success is being able to do what I love with people that I love. And I've always just kind of tried to follow that. And it's probably why everything I've done has been so atypical.
Yeah, literally. Well, that's the thing. It's, you see so many people maybe doing what they love and then end up hating what they loved.
Yeah.
And that's where you don't want to get to. I feel like I have so many friends who are artists that it's like, they loved it. That's what got them to where they're at. And then once they're doing it, it's kind of, do I love this anymore? Or am I doing it for the money?
You have to figure out your why. And I think anyone who's studied entrepreneurship or studied branding or your purpose, or there's so many different avenues where you eventually get to that question, but it's, what is your why? Like, if you can figure that out and you have this purpose, it'll change your thought process on every angle of how you're getting to your goals. It's no longer about the money or about your connections or any of that. Is my why getting fulfilled?
100%. So when you went through this process, what was the first song you put out?
Oh God.
Like, how did you start gaining the momentum to have 500,000 followers on Instagram and over 1 million followers on TikTok? Like, how did you get there? Because I would say, like, when I first noticed you was when you were, like, musically, was when you were going through your breakup. Okay. When you called off your engagement. Because, like, I was going through the same thing at the same time. And I was like, I love this song. She goes to it over and over and over again.
You know, that album, that project, it, for multiple reasons, it changed my life and changed my whole team, fan base forever, because it was the first time that I was truly vulnerable. And it was kind of like all of these puzzle pieces were falling into place of, I had been working so hard on figuring out marketing and like just dumb stuff.
Trying to follow what everyone else was doing.
Well, more just focused on the business side so much more than the art. And if you make good art, you don't have to do anything. It carries itself everywhere. And you can't understand that until you have seen art do it. But I remember I put out a song about a different breakup. It was the first song I ever had go viral. It's called Side Piece. And it's funny, but it's very clever lyrics. And it's about being cheated on, because the relationship before my ex-fiance, that relationship ended with basically my boyfriend of almost 4 years hooking up with my best friend.
No.
And so It was the first.
What do you do in a moment like that?
This is like so.
I'm gonna get comfortable with
yeah,
this.
I know. It's loaded. It's a lot. And honestly, that I think would have impacted me a lot harder if it hadn't happened at the exact same time that Laurie White, who I was telling you about, had passed away.
Yeah.
But because I was dealing with real loss, like something that truly was life-changing and devastating, I was like, I don't even have time for y'all. Like, don't talk to me. That was more of, it was crazy I didn't have them to lean on in that scenario, but I'm super close with my family. So I was just like, y'all, I don't have time to deal with this right now emotionally. Yeah. And I probably didn't unpack it for a long time because I was just so devastated about losing Laurie.
Well,
and just,
like you said, that's a real loss.
A real loss where you question you question everything. Like, what's the point? You know, like that was
Life
where my head
short.
was.
Yeah.
Life is so short. She had worked so hard. It's a beautiful family, so kind, healthy, loving, all of this. And I was like, why? What's the point? You know? Anyway, it took me probably a year at least to like get out of that just rut of like not understanding what any of us are doing on this floating rock.
Yes.
And then being able to realize, you know, the relationships you have, the love you have with people is the why. It's
so
the purpose.
did you end up becoming friends with your friend again or no?
No, I that was a very done. It's kind of easy for me to cold turkey, like cut off.
I love it.
If I don't trust you anymore,
why should you be in my life?
I don't waste my time.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before you came on. Because I was like, have you heard from your like ex-fiance? You're like, nope, blocked him and cut him off cold turkey. Like that is not a great ability of mine. I just let people continue like on and on and on. And then when I'm done, I'm done. But it takes a lot to get me there. I wish I could do the cold turkey thing.
I think I hold on for a long time as well, but I do it from a standpoint of like, oh, we haven't broken up yet. You know, like I'll keep it going for way longer than it probably should have gone on until something so bad happens that I'm able to cold turkey. But it's like there are so many red flags where I should have cut something off a year or 2 years earlier than I did. Yeah. But I've pretty much just had 2 back-to-back 4-year relationships, you know, like that's a long time.
That's a long time. If you've been watching or listening to my podcast Unlocked, then you know I have had quite the transformation over the years when it comes to my hair. I've had a pixie cut. I've had hair down to my boobs. Now it's kind of like a bob. You never know what you're gonna get. That hair growth journey was quite the challenge for me until I found Nutrafol. Nutrafol is absolutely amazing. It is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF Content Certified, the gold standard and third-party certification for supplements. I know for me, I have seen improved hair growth, decreased shedding, and visible thickness while taking Nutrafol. I love that it is a clinically tested formula, and Nutrafol has a proactive approach. It targets the root causes. So see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code UNLOCKED. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code UNLOCKED. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code UNLOCKED. And so with your ex-fiance, when that breakup happened, you released a whole album about it.
It was a series of songs that I wrote because I couldn't write about anything else. It was the first time that there was truly a breakup so already public. I mean, our engagement was announced in People magazine. Yeah. Like it was already so public. There'd been an engagement party. Luckily, there wasn't like a wedding planned yet or anything like that. But it was already so public that I was like, I have to say something eventually. And
And also you had to say it in your way. Cause I know some people like have different feelings about artists making albums, about their breakups or whatever, and how it's kind of publicizing this, that, whatever. But I'm like, you knew what you were getting into when you got into the relationship. And also it's not fair for you guys to have to hold, like, your artistic ability comes from your feelings and emotions. So it's not fair for you guys to have to hold that back and not do your job effectively.
And people have no idea how much I did hold back. I was kind. All I did was, I told the surface level facts and then just talked about my feelings.
Yeah.
I didn't go deep into all the things I could have about everything that happened. It was definitely, there are some songs that I probably won't ever put out that are a lot harsher, but like, when you're in a writing room with your closest friends and you're writing these songs, for about 6 months after the breakup, no one on social media knew that I was even broken up.
That's the hardest part.
But I was going into these writing rooms and I was, slowly telling some of my friends and just like breaking the news to these different people. Because there were a lot of people who I wanted to be able to talk to in person about it, that I'm close friends with. Yeah. That I don't see all of the time. And I didn't want to just sit down and call a bunch of people. I'm like, that's weird. Yeah. So I gave myself a very long window to like process everything, decide how I wanted to handle it. How much am I comfortable saying?
And how old were you at this time?
27.
Okay. Yeah. So, and that's the hard part, because do you feel like, because like that's kind of where I'm at in my life, like all your friends are getting married, having kids, and you're over here like, hi, like.
I really have a bizarre life though. I'm not in a hurry for any of that. Like my family's the most important thing in the world to me. So I want my own family. Yes. But I'm just not in a hurry for it. I've met so many incredible women who've started having families in their late 30s. Yep. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. Oh. Hell yeah.
More time.
Like I am totally down with building a life that I'm going to be able to bring kids into that is comfortable for them. And like, I know who I am and what I'm doing. And
healthy, happy, whole, all the things.
And everyone figures out what's best for them. Some people have families really young and it's beautiful, And my older sister already has a baby. So I have a little godson who's perfect. And my little sister just got a puppy. So I have a niece. My older sister also has a dog. Puppy. So we've got, paw, niece and nephew, and a real little godson. And I feel like right now I'm connecting with so many millions of people and serving a purpose that I'm like just not in a hurry to rush other things. I trust in God's timing.
Yeah. So with your music, what would you say you have heard has been the biggest impact?
Well, when that album started dropping, I basically put one song a month out for a year. Mm-hmm. And there are two reasons why I think this record started to really connect with people. Was one, the truth and raw emotion of it, and it being truly step by step. Each song was a piece in the story, so you're going to listen to the next one and heal together. Like, and all, it was like slowly but surely I started to get all these messages and people saying, I went through the same thing and I'm healing also, or I went through the same thing 5 years ago and now I'm with the love of my life. Like, you're going to be fine. Yes. So one, it started this community, this like sisterhood of all of these women supporting each other and connecting with each other and just talking about, oh, I've never heard a song about calling off an engagement. Everyone talks about divorces. Everyone talks about, but this, and I thought for a while, like maybe this is too niche, like whatever. I'm putting these out because this is so raw to, what I am feeling at all moments right now that I can't pretend to be singing something else right now. Like while I'm on stage, if I look sad, it's probably because I am, Exactly. And that's okay. And I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to be able to maybe see me over the next 6 months, get the light back in my eyes. And I think that it just happened together with these people. the other reason this project did better is because, like you mentioned earlier, I've done everything a bizarre way, completely independent artist, funded everything myself. So my first album I put out of all these other songs, it had like the one I talked about earlier, Side Piece and all that. Those songs were done for like no money. They were just basically demos.
Yeah.
As those songs started to get streams, I was able to afford this album. Those songs paid for me to have the best mixing engineer, the best mastering engineer, the best producer working on it, and cutting the vocals in the best vocal studio, and hiring out the best band to play all together at the same time in the studio and vibe off of each other.
And then another, yeah.
Because they get creative together. I mean, it changes the gel of the song. Mm-hmm. And so I was finally able to produce a record in my dream way. That also had a huge impact. The sonic quality and the lyrical quality, everything was just
what was something
leveled up.
You could, I know listening to it, just something that you're like, all right, I'm not alone. Like someone else feels this way too. This is therapeutic. I wish I could write a song like this about my ex and tell him to go F himself. Like that would be great, but I can't. So I'm going to listen to yours, you know, like.
I think it was probably, so the first song of that whole series is called This Ring. And it's about deciding whether or not to take off the ring. And, you know, the hook, the chorus starts, what if when I leave, you become the man I need?
I heard that and I'm like, that is the toughest pill to swallow.
And you're so scared of that, and you're almost always going to be scared of that, you know? Like, I have a friend who broke up with a guy she was with for like 6 years, and she's still like, oh, he's been dating someone else. I wonder if he's better for her. And I'm like, he's not. I promise you he's not. You know,
that's tough though.
Yeah.
Like I always like to joke and say I get men ready for their forever homes, you know. Like it seems like, all right, you finish with me and then you go get married.
Oh my God,
because like it's such a big fear, and then it like makes you question yourself of, well, why wasn't I worthy of this treatment?
Well, I think if you saw behind closed doors of whatever's going on, it's probably not much better. It's just someone's okay with the things you weren't okay with. I don't know.
That is so true.
And different people need different things, you know? Like, I might not give someone the constant attention that they need that another girl might be giving them.
Yeah.
But like, I'm on tour.
I'm making money.
And I don't also need that. Like, I don't need constant whatever. So it's like, there's someone who does. And I just think like other people will be more compatible, but it doesn't mean it was right for you.
So where are you at in your like healing journey since your breakup? How long ago was that?
It's been almost 2 years.
Okay. And where are you at now?
I am trying to think of a graceful way to say this. He has kind of confirmed every red flag. Like, what's a nice way of saying that he knocked someone up immediately?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He got someone pregnant. You know what I mean?
That's just factual.
Like, I don't know if there's like a nicer way of saying it, because I don't blame her or whatever. I hope she's having an amazing life and whatever, but it's just crazy to know that I dodged a bullet.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I would be irate.
I honestly am not upset. Part of me is hoping that having this responsibility, this new
life,
you know, unconditional love from a kid maybe is gonna just like brighten everything in both of their worlds, and everything is gonna be fine. Because I really, ever since it's ended, obviously I went through a lot of healing. It was heartbreak and then healing. But life-wise, everything's gotten better for me. There's just so much peace now in my life that...
And you cannot buy peace.
You cannot buy peace. It honestly, I think what's going to be the hardest part about me getting into another relationship is being willing to let someone else potentially mess up my peace. But that's part of trusting someone else and letting them be in your life.
Well, and too, I feel like it's like trust. Trust is earned. It's not given. So people have to earn that.
Yeah.
They have to earn that spot.
And I've heard that a lot of people in love, they don't ruin each other's peace. And like you might argue about things, but overall,
you're not going to make everyday life a living hell.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it was to a point where I was like every single day miserable.
What's it going to be now?
What is wrong today?
Yeah.
And that went on for probably the whole last year. Yeah.
So where have you tried dating?
Yeah, I have.
Isn't it so bad?
You know what? I truly have met some incredible people. I've met some incredible people. I have a lot of faith that there's going to be like the person who I'm like, oh,
this is it.
This is it.
Oh, 100%.
But I've met a lot of incredible people who
honestly, the people I've actually met, like genuinely have been great.
I've also met a lot of annoying people.
This dating app thing, it's terrible. I got off of it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, you totally lied on your profile. And then we met in person and like, it's a whole different story.
How about when you meet, there's someone on, whatever, Raya or something.
Yes,
and
that was one I was on.
You're meeting people, whatever. How about the person who's been talking to you for a couple of months and then a different country artist hard launches them on Instagram and you're like, wow, you really just wanted a country artist. Like you probably DM'd every country artist on the market that wasn't married.
Now.
I mean, so I'm with you. I think the apps are, I've heard of a lot of people getting married off of Hinge.
Yes.
But I tried to like start that account and I'm telling you within 24 hours, my tour manager got like 3 screenshots from different people being like, why is she on Hinge? So I'm like, okay, so I can't be on there. I guess I'm not allowed. People think it's weird. I'm just going to get made fun of. So
you know what? We're good organically. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But
and in God's timing, because I'm truly too busy right now to be like giving someone a huge chunk of my time. And I do think I'm gonna enter into an era of dating now that's a little bit healthier for me, because the last 6 months I had about 100 meetings that were all like dates. Because when you're meeting a new attorney, a new manager, meeting with labels, meeting with publishers, meeting with agents, they're all like dates because you're meeting someone talking about their family and where they're from and what's their passion and how they get to Nashville. And I mean, I was going on 10 of these a day for 6 months to build my team. I don't want to
do this anymore.
I didn't have my tank was empty.
Yes.
I didn't have the emotional like depth to then go on a date that night. I was like, I can't remember all y'all's cousins' names. You've all got dogs. You've all like, I can't keep it straight.
I'm dying.
So I think now that my team is fully kind of built out, and in the next month, I've got a bunch of different announcements that are going to happen in the next month of stuff. I mean, of the 100 meetings, first I had, all these different attorney meetings because you need them for all your other deals.
Oh, yes.
So Nick Ferrara is my guy. Love him to pieces. He is the best on the planet. And then I started talking to a ton of different managers, and I kind of soft dated with a couple different management companies.
Yep.
And absolutely fell in love with Martha Earls and Neon Coast and Jess there. I mean,
Martha Earl. She
does Kane Brown.
Yes. I love Martha. I love Martha.
And I love that it's just this female like powerhouse.
Yep.
Energy, and it feels so good. So I found this team that they like that I've done things the atypical way. They're here to support it and then bridge the gap and bring me into, the actual music industry. Because I've been kind of just doing everything via just social media. Mm-hmm. And then the reason I started doing all these meetings this year was I took a step back and I was like, okay, if I want to be playing in stadiums, because my why, what I've learned from this album that we've talked about, I need people to hear these songs because they can't impact someone's life if no one hears them.
Yep.
And all I can do is give the person an opportunity to hear it. I don't care if they like it or not. That doesn't matter. If they don't like it, toss it. Doesn't matter. But if people don't even have a chance of hearing it the first time, it can't affect anyone's life. So I'm like, okay, now my job is to get these songs out to people. How do I write these songs and get them? And I was like, okay, who's doing that the best? Probably artists playing in stadiums. Because that means this many, 40,000 people were moved enough by this music to buy a ticket and come to this venue because they want to see you sing it. They want to sing it with you in person. I'm like, every single one of these artists has a team. I probably need to build a team.
But look at what you have done.
Probably need to invite some folks onto the train.
But look at what you've done. It's absolutely insane. Like over what, 1 million TikTok followers, like stuff like that, and like your videos and your music, and the fact that you've done this without a team. There are people with a team that don't even have what you have. Like, that's the insane part that I think, I don't know, it may be hard for you to like sit back and actually like look over yourself, but that's insane. Like, you should be so proud of yourself.
I am really thankful. I really am. I don't take a single follower for granted, because I wouldn't have a job if they didn't organically follow and share and interact and love the music. And it's never been a trend that went viral for me or something like that. It's always been a song, every single video. And it means that it's harder for me to just recreate it. Like, people who are just, they do trends or have a shtick, they can go viral for whatever. That's never been it for me. But when I have a song that people connect to, it's like they just want to send it to their friends and their families or whatever. I've got a song called Daddy Daughter Dance that has gone super viral, that a lot of people have used for their weddings and their parents, you know, their dad's funerals or whatever. And I'm like, it's impacted the happiest moments and the saddest moments, and just been something that people lean on. And then I have a song called Day Late and a Buck Short. It's got like 200 million views. Like, freaking insane. It's on the Hot 30 countdown on Sirius XM.
That you have done by yourself, which is insane.
It's the only independent artist song on Hot Country on Spotify.
That is crazy. So what's next with you and this team that you now have?
You know, I signed a distribution deal. We're going to go to radio.
Way to go.
Broke records. We're picking a Nashville radio team, and I'm signed with Wasserman now. They're my agents. Matt Runner over there is awesome. Within the first 2 weeks of being there, I'm going to play Stagecoach in 2026. I'm booked on a big Australian tour. It's 4 festival dates with like Jelly Roll and Shaboozey. Doing all the C2C dates in Europe. So I'm doing C2C London, Glasgow, Berlin, Rottenburg, like. That literally gives me like chills. I'm like, that's and all over America too. But you know, my brain goes to like, where am I traveling? You know,
where am I, girl? You know, the girl brain. Oh my God, I get to travel. This is great.
We're going shopping.
I get to travel and get paid. What?
Yeah. Well, and meet the fans over there too. Like meeting the Cole team, the Sisterhood, like all these folks that I just could not be more thankful for, and getting to meet them in person. It's so cool. I still can't believe that they want to wait in line in a meet and greet. Like, they're like, are you going to go to the meet and greet table after? And I'm like, of course I am. I can't believe y'all want to wait in line for this. It's wild.
Yes. Well, what was so crazy, I will never forget, like when our TV show started getting big, and like people would come up and ask for a picture, and I would have to stop myself. I remember one time I was like, how do they know who I am? And then it's like, wait, okay, that's stupid. But it's so hard for you to grasp at that time.
Well, and if you didn't ever do it on a small scale, you don't understand how crazy it is.
Yeah.
But I've played so many shows where nobody cared that now it's like night and day. I mean, they're screaming every word to every song, and I'm watching people cry and hug each other and like use these songs for their weddings or whatever. And I'm
for their own healing.
Oh my gosh. Like, this is everything I could have ever dreamed of.
I love that. It couldn't have happened to a better person.
Well,
I will say that.
We're sisters now. I feel like we're gonna have such a fantastic wine night talking about our breakups. I already know.
Yes. I can give you so much inspiration for music with my shit show of a life.
You want me to write you some songs about it? I'm here.
I love you. Okay, where can people find you?
I am everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, my website has all my tour dates, so it's juliacolemusic.com, and then I respond to all my DMs on Instagram at Julia Cole Music. Obviously, I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. I've got a couple million monthly listeners on there. So wherever you want, I'm everywhere.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Love you, girl.